free and dive into the sky.
Yo, what's going on? My name is Zane and welcome back to the channel, everybody. If you guys are new here, hit that subscribe button, turn on that notification bell for daily uploads, daily streams, and all that good stuff. And let's get right into this invading guide with Quillen, guys. You would think that, with Quillen, it actually might not be the best hero to invade with, but you are correct that he is not the most insane hero to be invading with. Usually it's Ryoma or something like that if you want to be putting pressure on the enemy side jungle, but that's not really what I'm after today. I'm going to be showing you guys basically the fundamentals of how to just keep tracking the enemy jungler and keep the pressure up on their jungler. You can see, first off here, my arm has been pressuring the blue buff. We now know for a fact that he is, 1, delayed from his jungle, and 2, he did start at his blue buff. So he is going to be taking a while here. If we were super greedy, maybe we could just run over to his red side right now if we really wanted, but I'm not about that life. I don't really like to invade too much early game, but you can see that he was just put so far behind from that blue buff. But anyways, we're just going to be going through our full clear, starting at blue ourselves. We can see that the Yorn here is actually walking up to the bush. You can see Ari actually misses her shuriken there. That was an awful play by her, and it actually makes it so we cannot get a kill onto this Yorn. The Yorn just flickers away under tower, and he's completely safe for now. And we're just going to be clearing the wave and walking away. But you can see that this Yorn still has a wave to clear, and he's actually walking up. So we're just going to keep going after him, and we actually are able to punish him for the last hit. That's right, we used our frostbite to secure the last hit. You can see here that I get my Gilded Greaves super fast, by the way. I was happy rewatching this. I was happy with how fast I clicked on buying Gilded Greaves and pre-ordering it, then moving away. But that's not the topic that we're talking about. Anyways, guys, you know that the Maraud was delayed, so he wasn't able to come here in time. We almost didn't secure this dragon because we didn't have our punish. Like I said, we used it to kill the Yorn. Now, guys, you can see that the blue buff is up. I should have went to this, being that this is an invading video, but then every buff after this, I do invade. So right now, pretty much, I'm just tracking onto him. Like, I'm learning everything. I really didn't feel comfortably with invading there. I knew I was a bit low in HP. I thought we might get collapsed on. But they went in anyways, and they actually died for it. They paid the price. Maybe I could have done something if I went. Maybe I couldn't have. I don't know. But it definitely wouldn't have been too bad to go and invade there. I was just a little bit skeptical knowing that I didn't have all the HP in the world. But anyways, guys, you can see there that I ping on the red buff of the Maraud because I know that it is spawning now since he was delayed. There you can see it instantly just pops up as soon as I thought it was going to be. Very well played by us. Right now, we are completely tracking all of his buffs. That is what we want right now. 3 minutes into the game, and we now know when all of his buffs spawn. He will now not be able to go to 1 without me knowing where he is at all times. That is very good for us on knowing where this jungler is 24/7. So you can see he actually dies there. There's a little bit of chaos going on at the top lane. The Maraud dies, and the Superman is very close to dying. Here you can see that the Arduin is at the very edge of the tower, so we're just going to dive onto him, not really tank the tower for more than 1 hit, and we were able to pick it up. There you can see that my ultimate was actually out for some reason. I was like having the healing and stuff, but for some reason I just wasn't healing, and it was super weird. But anyways, you can see I'm going to be taking this jungle camp. We actually got our soul reaver, and now I know that the blue buff is about to be spawning, so of course I just want to run over to that. So I'm just going to use my ultimate there to run even faster. You can see that I try to jump onto this Raz, but he goes away. You can see I jump onto this Yorn who's actually trying to take the blue buff, probably knowing that we were actually on our way here, and we're just able to completely take that blue buff for free. Now you can see that this Arduin is on the side, but we really can't do anything to him. Of course, he's super tanky right now. I pinged my blue buff because I saw that the Maraud was at top lane. By the way, guys, this is only something that you can really do when you have like tanks following you into the jungle. You can't just be solo invading. You can see that the Maraud lives with like 1 HP as we tried to get him. We're going to just back off here, and we can see that the red buff is about to be spawning. We are staying here still and being pretty hyper aggressive. We're able to pick up the assist onto the Arduin, and now we're going to be able to kill the Zenio, but now the red buff of this Maraud is spawning. So of course we're just going to jump over onto this side. Superman gets that camp, so we're just going to instantly hop over to this red, dodge that fireball from Raz, and we are just basic attacking it right now. I don't want to get it too low. I'm waiting for it to be low enough to where I can just burst it down with my complete combo and not worry about it getting stolen. But the Superman takes it, and honestly, I don't really care about that. As long as one of us gets it, then I don't really mind. And now you can see that I'm pinging onto his blue buff now, because I know that that is going to be up soon. I just decided to clear the mid wave first before we go there. That's something you want to be doing when you're invading. You want to be getting those mini objectives in between each invade. Like, if it's a wave, a dragon, going back to your own jungle, just a tower, a kill, something like that. You can see here we're actually able to kill the Maraud. He really doesn't have any gold at this point. He's just been getting so invaded. You can see that the dragon is pretty free right now. And we haven't been back in our jungle for a super long time, guys. But it doesn't really matter, because while we're farming the enemy side gold, the Maraud is not farming anything. So even though we are not going back to our own jungle, it's pretty much like we're still farming our own jungle and the Maraud just has no gold. That's pretty much how it is. Because when you are invading, it's basically double worth value. You can see there that the Arduin actually lives with 1 HP. And I can't jump onto this Maraud because he does have stacks. So I'm just going to wait until he does kill the arm, unfortunately, then jump onto him. And then we are going to be able to pick up this blue buff for free. Again, guys, just going back and forth on this. We did wait a little bit for that blue buff because we did want to get the drag. Like I said, you just want to be getting those mini objectives in between each little set of invades. You can see here that there is some fighting going on, so instead of running back to my jungle, I'm going to be able to kill this Raz right there. And we're trying to see what we can do here, but again, we are pretty low, so I really don't want to be invading too much right now. Now I know the red buff is up. As you can see, it is spawned as well, because I mean, it's not too hard to tell at this point. We've just been going back and forth, so it's super easy to just recognize, okay, this buff is up, that buff is up. But yeah, you can see the red buff is up, but I really just didn't want to go into that anymore. I thought it was time for me to actually just leave the jungle and go back into my own for once, and that is exactly what we were going to be doing there, getting all of our HP back. And now you can see that we are full HP, and we don't have a blue though because the Kali did take it away. We're able to clean up here with the Zenial. I'm waiting around here for this Arduin. I don't know why I was waiting for so long. I kind of messed that up. I was already full HP anyways, so there was no reason for me to just stand right next to him. Not too great played, but you can see here that this Yorn is actually pretty trapped. He's the only one under this tower. He should just let this tower go. There's no way that he can defend it well. There's no point for him to just die and give up the tower at the same time. You're just giving away more gold than you should be at that point. See Arduin here, but he is pretty tanky. We're only dealing like 700 crits to him. It's just tickling him, to be honest. And you can see here that the Maraud is over at his blue side again. We're able to punish it, and the Maraud does get ulted by the arm. Then we're just jumping straight onto this Zenial. We're able to pick him up, and we are straight back into the fight, onto this Raz, onto this Arduin, and they lived with a little bit of HP. We were almost so close to getting a quad kill there, but unfortunately we were not able to make it happen. That kind of sucked. I don't know, the Arduin was just so tanky there that we were not able to do it. Now we know that the red buff is actually going to be spawning soon from the Maraud, so really, again, there's no point for us to be just going back into our jungle. Waiting to see here if the Raz wanted to ult in or something, and exactly like I said, here is the red buff of Maraud just sitting here waiting for it to be stolen. See that the Maraud has 5 stacks. He ulted in, he used all of his dashes, but you could see that they used the vision item on me, so I couldn't really do much. I was actually pretty surprised that I lived there. That was a good vision item from whoever popped it. I think it was Zenial, because he might be the support. But yeah, that was pretty well played by him. You can see here Maraud over at the edge. Again, pretty lucky that I survived that. He actually ends up dying. And yeah, pretty good stuff here. Again, this Maraud is now not even able to go through one jungle camp without me being there. Of course, look at our side of the jungle. It is all up, but like I said, it is just always double value when you are invading and taking jungle from the enemy. So it doesn't even matter that we are not going back to our jungle. Usually in a competitive match, the ADC will like stay behind or just full clear your jungle for you while you're camping the enemy side jungle. But here we don't really have that luxury. We actually don't even have an ADC on this team, looking back on it. But it's okay, just as long as we are able to consistently mess up his farm. You see here that we just blew everyone up. We go back in because we were so greedy. We ended up getting a kill onto the Raz, but the Arduin ulted onto us and we were going down with him, with the Raz, of course. So that was kind of unfortunate. I got a little bit greedy, but you could see I wanted to get that kill on the Maraud. That was just a whole fight of greediness, I suppose. But we went in on the Maraud. We were trying to kill him, and huge fight. We were getting some nice AoE damage, I believe, with our first kill. Just keep on using that, and you can see the red buff is up. But this is more like just showing you guys what you can do versus these enemies if you do get a control of their jungle, which is quite easy. You know, the way you can get control of their jungle is like, you know, by one, after dragons, you take the first dragon at 2 minutes, then you realize, hey, they started at dragon side buff, so you instantly just run straight into their jungle. That's what my arm did actually in this game. My arm ran straight to them. You can see here a little bit of fighting going on. I'm just going to run straight to the Maraud. I'm actually going to chase him down here. I'm not going to let him survive. You can see by accident I just stopped walking completely there. Have to check the bushes here. He's trying to stack off onto this, but we're able to catch him with our ultimate and dash. But like I was saying, when you are trying to get control of the enemy side jungle, ways you can do that is by one, after the dragon, you just instantly walk into their buff and see if that's where they started. If you know that's exactly where they started, then that's really good. You can just walk in there with no fear of knowing that, okay, maybe it's up, maybe it's not. So yeah, definitely good to know when they first, what side the other jungler starts on. That definitely helps in this. If you do want to be playing this kind of playstyle, I would not suggest Quillen either. It's probably a lot easier on stuff like Ryoma or ADCs perhaps, but maybe not Quillen. Also, you need to kind of have a somewhat team on the same page when you're trying to do this. You need help going into the jungle. I cannot just walk into the jungle alone. My team has to be right next to me. They can't be behind me either when doing this, or else it's just not going to work. But when you do get it to work, you know, do anything you can. Ping rally, ping anything you want, just to get your team to follow you into the enemy side jungle, and hopefully they will listen. If you need to, just play with one of the supports, your support friends, something like that. And yeah, you will definitely see success with this strategy. Again, the best heroes for this is probably Ryoma, who can just poke so far and just get ahead early game, and definitely just such a good hero for doing this. You can see that the Maraud is just sitting here trying to clear his jungle, but he's not able to. He's just getting so bullied by all of us. There's 3 people just sitting on his jungle, me, Arm, and Superman just rotating wherever he is. He probably does not even have 20 jungle stacks in this match. I can almost guarantee you that he doesn't have 20 jungle stacks because of how hard we've been sitting in his jungle. He might not even have 15 jungle stacks, guys. I'm not even sure. All I know is his farm is basically 0 this entire game. He has not been able to do anything. I've run in here with my ultimate, just trying to see if I can get a gank right after our tower after their high ground goes down. I wanted to see if they weren't fast enough to react and move away, but it doesn't look like it. You can see here that the Yorn again just under tower trying to defend, and it's just not going to work out for him, dude. You can see that we one-shot the Raz there. I'm trying to get a pentakill here or something like that. You can see here that we actually killed Quillen. We now are jumping onto this Arduin. We were able to kill the Arduin after a while, and we're onto the Zennial, but the game ends, guys. Are you kidding me? Before we were able to get a penta, we will have to settle with that what do you call it, quad kill. We have to settle with that. I actually have like 300 quad kills but only 50 pentas. When I think about that, it's probably like 100 stolen pentas. Crazy stuff. But anyways, you can see 38% damage, and I wasn't even going back to my jungle that much, guys. Again, I was just sitting on the enemy side of jungle, so that's just proof that you don't need to always be farming your own jungle when you're doing a strategy like this. I'm sorry that I don't show the stats for too long, because this was based off a stream game, so I wasn't really paying much attention, but you could just see how much chaos we were inflicting by just never going back to our jungle even, and just always keeping up the pressure on that Maraud. I really hope that this guide helped you. It definitely will help you rank up if you are trying to go with that. Like, this helps me a lot. I'm trying to perfect this strategy of just constantly invading. I'm not a master at it. I'm definitely trying to be, though, for this upcoming AWC, but this is just something that I am preparing to do during those matches. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this, and I will see you all tomorrow, or tonight rather, in the stream or in the next video. Have a great day, everyone.